Danica's fans praise her at final NASCAR race, Daytona Beach, Florida, barely past the halfway mark of Sunday's Daytona 500. Danica Patrick's NASCAR career ended in a wreck. Chase Elliott made a move from the second-place position, triggering the crash and spinning out right into Patrick's number 7 Chevrolet. The dozens of fans standing behind her pit box let out a collectively disappointed "oh" as they watched her last moments behind the wheel of a stock car. "Oh no, Danica!" yelled Jimmy Rosati, a 23-year-old from Buffalo, New York, said as soon as he saw the contact on lap 101 of 200. While some of her fans were hoping for her to win, many just wanted her to cross the finish line in the iconic race that's always pandemonium. Buffalo, New York residents Jimmy Rosati, 23, and Harry Young, 59, watched the Daytona 500 from behind Patrick's pit box. "It's sad because I really thought she could do better," Rosati added later. "I thought there was a chance she could slide past that wreck." Like Patrick, who said she was sad that it ended that way, her fans are disappointed and thought she deserved better after 8 seasons in NASCAR. But they said her finish doesn't diminish her legacy and impact on the sport as the first woman to consistently race at the top of both NASCAR and the IndyCar series. They still have one more opportunity to see her race, as she'll compete in IndyCar's Indy 500 in May for the second half of what's now being called the Danica Double. "It's all about girl power," said Victoria Armijo, a 36-year-old fan from Orlando who rapidly snapped some photos of one of Patrick's pit stops to show her 8- and 6-year-old daughters at home. "With all the negative stuff going around, this is the kind of role model girls and all children should look up to." At the 2017 Daytona 500, Rick Demini, a 57-year-old Daytona Beach resident, was walking through the pedestrian tunnel under Turn 4 at Daytona International Speedway. He was wearing Danica Patrick t-shirt. As a car drove by alongside him, he said a woman in the passenger seat leaned out the window and yelled, "Happy Daytona Day." He said he didn't think much of it, other than someone was excited to see the race. But when he caught up with Patrick in the garage area later that day to get an autograph, he said she called him out for not recognizing her. "That was definitely one of my precious moments," Demini said Sunday. Rick Demini, 57, from Daytona Beach at the race Sunday. Patrick has been an incredibly fan-friendly driver throughout her career. She said she loves her fans and is often seen interacting with them in her garage or by her hauler. She's usually happy to sign anything they want and snap a few photos together, and they praise her for being so friendly in real life. On the way out, "It's a matter of saying thank you for years of loyalty and supporting not only me and the sport itself," Patrick told For the Win prior to the race weekend. "NASCAR fans are notoriously loyal fans, so I'd just like to express my gratitude for that." In return, her fans consistently repeat their admiration for her as a role model, using words like tough, courageous, smart and personable to explain why they support her, no matter what car she's driving. Patrick, left, poses with a fan on the grid before the Daytona 500. Jared C. Tilton, Getty Images. "I've found her to be the most fiery driver, and she can handle the car just like the guys do," Demini said. "She's going on to bigger and better things with her own businesses, and I wish her the best. She's just gracious." With a little more than 24 hours until the start of the race, Patrick's number 7 Chevrolet roared off the track toward her team's garage. Its vivacious GoDaddy green, several shades brighter than the last time she drove their car, is impossible to miss. As she drove to her garage so the premium motorsports team could make some adjustments, a parade of fans followed behind her. They flocked to her garage with their phones, hero cards and Sharpies out, hoping to get a selfie or an autograph. "Stalking, Jimmy Johnson, isn't bad," said Chris Herdrich, a 52-year-old fan from Omaha, Nebraska who also cheers for the 7-time champ. "But with Danica, you've got serious star power, and it's not just women chasing her down and cheering for her." Chris Herdrich, 52, from Omaha shows off her new autographed hero card. "It took close to 30 minutes for her to leave the garage, but they didn't care. They waited in the blistering sun as people seemed to continually file over and grow the crowd. It's Danica, after all, and this could be their last chance to get close to her. Compared with fans for other drivers, almost no one in her garage crowd had her gear on. Aside from their hero cards, a couple GoDaddy lanyards and a Danica double hat, they would have blended in with any other driver's fan base. Several said they didn't have a chance before the race weekend to purchase her new Daytona 500 apparel, and they certainly weren't going to wear anything from her old team, the number 10 Stewart-Haas Racing Ford, which Eric Almirola now pilots. Their collective voices raised as Patrick finally exited the garage. Fans and photographers swarmed her, and she seemed to happily sign every little thing they tossed her way, from their tickets to a cowboy hat. App photo, Felon Ebenhag. They relish one more chance to get close to Patrick, and everyone FTW talked to said they wish she wasn't done with NASCAR. I feel sad but happy at the same time that she was able to accomplish what she wanted to, 22-year-old Florida resident Devin Bennett said while holding a copy of Patrick's health and fitness book, Pretty Intense, hoping to get it signed. She's the only female driver, and it takes a lot of courage to be the only female in a male-dominated sport. She's a great role model, proving to little girls everywhere that they can do anything. Patrick's legacy in the sport is unparalleled. She was not the first woman to compete in NASCAR, or IndyCar, for that matter, but she is the first to race year after year at the top of both series. She raced 7 seasons in